Boom! What's up there, everybody? How's it going? We're just getting this Instagram one ready real quick so you guys can see, y'all can see everything that's going on it, but we haven't quite started yet, so just give me one moment. What did I name this episode? Not him again? There we go. Not him again. Now we're going live over there. All good to go. I do the Instagram stuff because I have to use my phone a lot for sharing a lot of this stuff. Sound a little bit better now? It looks like the sound was a little high, but I think that we're a little bit better now. We're good to go. How's everybody doing? How's it going? Happy Monday, guys. How's it going? It was Super Bowl weekend, so that's always fun. Super Bowl weekend was this past weekend, and did anybody get into? Oops, dang man, see, all this stuff is messing up on me now. I'm just trying to get it situated over there. There we go. What's up, Barry Jones? How are you, brother? Good to see you in there, man. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday, Elegant Outlier and Shy. Good to see you in there. Lori, how's it going? Eric Clark, good to see you. Haven't seen you in there in a while. Zachary Harris, are you still there, man? How are you? How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Did everybody enjoy their Super Bowl weekend, I guess it is? I guess you could call it Super Bowl weekend. I don't know exactly what you'd want to call it, but it was Super Bowl weekend over, I guess, over everywhere pretty much. Everybody was watching the game, and nobody was expecting the Kansas City Chiefs to go out like that. I wasn't. I mean, I don't really pay close attention to too much of anything. Let's get this. Look a little bit better. That's a little bit better. But anyway, yeah, the Kansas City didn't look like Kansas City had too much of anything to bring to them. So I haven't paid much attention to the football games and stuff this year, and the NFL and things like that. But I did notice that the Kansas City Chiefs were doing really well, and I guess that they made it all the way to the Super Bowl, and so did Mr. Old Man Tom Brady. What is he, 43 years old now? And boy, what a game that was. I mean, it was a fun game, but it was a fun game if you're a Tampa fan. And I lived in Tampa for a little while, so, I was rooting for the Buccaneers, but I'd be rooting for them whether they had Tom Brady or not. But I guess that I would be rooting for them because Tom Brady is on their team, because that's the only reason why they made it to the Super Bowl. I don't think they would have made it to the Super Bowl if they didn't have Tom Brady. I mean, what else can you say? Like, what else can you really say? Because they didn't make it all the way up until he joined the team. In the very first year he joined the team, that's crazy, man. Especially being a 43-year-old dude and still out there getting it like that. That's craziness. Pretty interesting stuff, though. That was a fun little Sunday thing to get your mind off of real life and get to enjoy a little bit. Kind of like, back in the old days when things weren't going very well in town, they'd have the circus, and everybody would distract themselves with the circus. So that's kind of what this was. It was a good thing to get our minds off of the pandemic and everybody losing their jobs and all these problems and issues that everybody has out in the world. Everybody got to chill out and either come together and either root for Tom Brady or root against Tom Brady. I know a lot of my friends up in Massachusetts, a lot of the northern friends anyway, were planning on that, and we're planning on rooting for Tom Brady, I guess, because they saw him his whole career. So they were like, "Hey, I'll watch Tom Brady. I'll root for Tom Brady since my team didn't get in it." And I guess there was a bunch of drama with the Patriots and the Tom Bradys, and I don't know anything about that stuff. All I know is what they say, what they were saying last night on the little pregame show, and all the hype that was going on to it, and everybody hated the Weeknd. What's up with everybody hating the Weeknd? What the hell? What did he do wrong? It looked like he just came out and sang his stupid songs, and it's like I don't really listen to him, so I don't know any of his songs. I'm sure I've heard his songs in passing or whatever, but it's not really it's not something that I would listen to, in my car as I'm jamming, listening to the Weeknd. But I didn't think it was bad. I thought the performance was fine. It was interesting visuals. It was I don't know. It was interesting. I didn't think it was bad, though. By any means that I think it was bad. I mean, maybe it wasn't as interesting as what you expect, the audio mix was mad. Oh, maybe that's what it was, Zach. Maybe that's what it was. It was the audio. Maybe people were complaining about the audio because they were like saying like, "Oh, I'd prefer him to be lip syncing and then going out there and not." I don't know. I like live music, so a lot of times, the audio mix doesn't work very well, and a lot of these small clubs that play metal shows don't really have the best mixers and probably the best equipment for mixing and stuff like that. So I don't know. Apparently he took out like $5 or $6 million out of his own money to invest into his Super Bowl show. The Weeknd did, or whatever company that he works for, or whatever, however they do that. Apparently he took out his own money, though, to run the show, and then it sucks. Like, you spend all this money, and then everybody ends up hating it. It's like, what the fuck? Why do you hate it so much? I didn't see anything hateable. That's the thing. I didn't see anything that was worth hating on. It just felt like maybe people were just complaining to complain. I don't know. Maybe they didn't like the sound. Maybe the sound was bad. I don't really know the songs, and I don't really care about the songs that much. And I don't really give a shit about the halftime Super Bowl show anyway, so I don't really give a shit. I probably went to use the bathroom during it. But either way, it's funny that the things that people talk about aren't even like about the actual game. It was about, because if you're talking about the actual game, you're just talking about poor old Patrick Mahomes getting his ass smashed the whole time, and that's not fun. Yep, the people pay to be the halftime show. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Danny and I talked about it after. Yeah, that makes sense that they were paying to be able to do it. The game commercials at a halftime show just didn't feel right, probably because of all the shit going on. Yeah, that's the thing. The halftime show, and that was a thing that we were talking about with the halftime show while we were watching it, was that normally don't the halftime shows like usually have like a guest or two. Like they'll have like Missy Elliott came out as a guest on one of them, and I don't know for sure about like all the other ones. I'm sure that it does. It felt like they normally have like a surprise guest or some type of a guest, some type of a run-in. But you didn't see that. It seemed like they kept the performance tight. And I don't know. It felt like this performance was a lot faster than majority of the other performances that we normally see. So I thought that it lasted. I didn't last that long. I thought it like by the time that the show was over with, I was like, fuck, it's already time for the game. All right, cool. I'm cool with that. It didn't seem like he played enough that many songs, but maybe he did, and I'm like I still have like my COVID brain where it's hard for me to remember what normal felt like. Going back to the whole new normal, because this is the new normal, guys. Remember that we're in the new normal. Wear your 14 masks. I don't care if your ears aren't strong enough to hold it up. We did that experiment on this channel, and we have proved that you can't. Your ears aren't strong enough. Well, at least my ears aren't strong enough. Maybe you have Superman ears. What's up, guys? Yep, the game commercials halftime just showed to what it is. Crystal said, it felt like a short halftime, and I was hoping for special guests, but nope. Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. I was looking for the special guest. I don't even know the Weeknd. I'm not familiar, with like the actual artist himself. But I was thinking like there would be like some special guests, and like I would get to see it. I would get it. It definitely didn't stick out to me though. It wasn't really like the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake pulling the boob thing off and showing her boob. And I guess it was still covered. It wasn't actually her boob, but the boob did flop down, so it kind of looked like it. They did it at the Super Bowl, of course, with so many people. As many people as you can fit on there, and then it just rolls. Whoops. But, I mean, other than that, there wasn't really much to talk about when it came to, like, the actual game itself, because the actual game itself didn't even... It wasn't like there was much going on. It was just Patrick Mahomes getting chased by Tampa Bay, and then Brady just getting on there and then starting to. All he did was just threw the ball and threw it down the field, and everybody did their thing, And that damn song, I Can't Feel My Face. What the hell? What song? I Can't Feel My Face. What the hell? Is the name of the song Can't Feel My Face? I don't know what song you're talking about, Barry. Yes, COVID brain, Shy. I think we all are experiencing a little bit of the COVID brain because you desensitized to socializing to so many people because we're just sitting over here not really. You can't do anything. Everything's shut down. Everybody's shut down. Everything's shut down. So it was cool to see some kind of normalcy, even though, and that was a weird thing too. I guess Tampa. They were in Tampa Bay, and there was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they actually won. So the home team won. That was his song, The Weeknd. Oh, that damn song! I can't feel my face. Oh, that was. Oh, I got you. Yeah. I don't. I don't really know much about the music, so I don't know which song it was, but I'm sure if I heard it, I'd be familiar. But I don't know the songs by the names. But this apparently was the first time that that a team who is in the Super Bowl was a home, like they were actually at their home field and won the Super Bowl. So that's pretty cool. Probably not going to happen again because they whore out the location of the Super Bowl to all these different cities because they make more money that way instead of leaving it to chance to whoever makes it to the Super Bowl and letting them be in the hometown. No, we're gonna plan it out and move it ahead. It's pretty much like they do WrestleMania, and I guess they don't do that with baseball. Do they do that with basketball, or is baseball and basketball the two where they just play at their home, like in the finals is just at both of their homes? Because that's the cool way to do it, because at least your hometown gets to see you play for the championship and possibly win it, instead of like it just being a neutral ground for both. Like at least they earn that, and it makes sense with the Super Bowl being a neutral ground because it's the Super Bowl. So they had their championship games, and now you want to see who the champion is out of the two champions, or the two league champions, or whatever it is. Baseball is at home. Yeah, baseball is usually at whatever their whoever's hosting's home. So that makes sense. That's interesting. And then, good old Tom Brady winning another Super Bowl at the ripe old age of 43. And now I guess he's the GOAT, right? He beats out John Elway. He beats out, any of the other GOATs that were apparently supposed to be GOATs and, that type of stuff. So, that's my football. That's my football coverage. I don't really have too much more to say about that. I don't really care. I was rooting for the Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers won, but they won decisively. It wasn't even like it was an interesting or a fun game to watch, because it just took. They didn't even have a chance. There wasn't even a spot during the whole game where I thought that Tampa was going to be in trouble. It just looked like Kansas City didn't have a shot from the get-go, and that kind of sucks for Kansas City, but. It is what it is. And I love all these memes. You got all these memes going around with old Patrick Mahomes. But Patrick Mahomes is young, man. He's going to be back. He's definitely going to be back in there. If he doesn't get injured and he keeps playing and all that other good stuff, he'll be fine. He'll be back. It's just one of those things, Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This time he lost. He lost to Tom Brady at that. So it's like, and it's a 43-year-old Tom Brady. So I don't know how you're supposed to feel about that, because it is still Tom Brady after all. Obviously, I wouldn't think that he's performing at the level that he would have been before. But who knows, man? Who knows? It's it's sports. Yeah. So this past weekend I had a show, and it was a Puerto Rican show. So we did a little bit of lucha libre. So the week before, I did a show for GLL, which was from Peru down in South America. And then we had another recording this weekend, and we did Immortal Lucha Libre, or Lucha Libre Immortal. It's one of the two. But they, if you guys get a chance, you guys want to see my matches, I know that I posted on my stories me doing a powerbomb. And if you guys want to see the rest of that match and how that ended up going for myself, you can go to Immortal Lucha Libre on Facebook. I know that they're on Facebook. I'm pretty sure they have an Instagram as well, but I've seen their Facebook, and their Facebook is going to have the pay-per-view that the whole show was on. So go to that, and February 18th is when this pay-per-view is going to be recorded. So we recorded this pay-per-view this past weekend, but it's not going to air until the 18th. The 18th is exactly 10 days from now, And we're looking at, let me see here. What do we got? Where's my calendar? There we go. And February 18th is on a Thursday, so make sure that you guys pay attention for that Thursday, and I'll be posting about it as well so that you can see everything. But it was Endgame Jordane versus Justin Dynamite, all Immortal Lucha Libre, February 18th. Justin Dynamite versus Endgame Jordane. You're not going to want to miss that. And I've got some more information for a few more shows that I'm going to be doing, but it looks like I'm going to be heading back down south again for the time remaining. I don't think that anybody's going to be having any shows, especially up north, for a little while longer. We're still waiting for the vaccines to get through. What are we waiting for? The frontline workers to get their vaccines first, and then the more vulnerable in age, the more vulnerable age types, and those types of things will be doing it too. So that should be cool. That should be an interesting one. I hope that guy survived that you slammed in the clip. I don't think he might not have even survived there. So he might not have even survived there. So that's the thing about it. You got to go February 18th and check out the match, and let me know how it goes. Let me know if you guys enjoy it, and we'll see. Is Barnesville on your calendar? Barnesville's not on my calendar yet, but hit up Dennis Gale and old George Lamberth over there, and let's get that back on the schedule. I know that they're running regularly as well, and I haven't been down there in a couple of months now, so it's been a little while, Barry. Jordane's going to have to come back down there so I can show you guys how to wrestle. I can show you guys how to wrestle down south. But yeah, it was a fun show, man. It was a very fun show. All Hispanic, mostly Hispanic talent roster, excluding me and a couple of other guys. But it was a fun show. Very, very fun show. Wrestling is wrestling. Wrestling is fun to do. I love it. We couldn't have a crowd, and we were talking about that over the weekend as well. We were like, man, as soon as we're allowed to have crowds back, this is going to be so fun. This is going to be the best. I can't wait. For the crowds to come back. I can't wait to be able to wrestle in front of a crowd, because down south we do as well. We get to work in front of the crowds and stuff. But at this moment, man, we just it's just killing me. I just want to be back in front of a real crowd, so you can get that real feeling, that real emotion. It's the best. But February 18th, guys, Justin Dynamite, Immortal Lucha Libre, Endgame Jordane versus Justin Dynamite. Let's get it going. Let's do it. Yeah, going to have to come down here and show some of ours how to wrestle. Yeah, I'll go everywhere. I'll go anywhere that I got to do. I'll show them how to wrestle anywhere, man. It doesn't matter. Yes, the hair is finally growing back. Taking its time, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh yeah, like last week when we were talking about all that Wall Street stuff that was happening. And there was like a lot of cryptocurrency stuff that was going on. And then today, another thing that happened on this Monday, if you guys have been playing your stock market luck and you put some money into Bitcoin, you'd be probably making a lot of money on Bitcoin now, because Tesla just announced that they're going to be using Bitcoin as well as investing in Bitcoin. So that puts a little bit more legitimacy into cryptocurrencies. And it's going to be interesting to see the rise of these cryptocurrencies taking over the normal currencies and the currencies that are ran by the central banks and all that other good stuff. So it'll be fun to look at. And like, it's weird how all this stuff has happened, because like on Twitter, Elon Musk has been talking about Dogecoin, which is like a cryptocurrency that's not as big as Bitcoin at all, and it was kind of like a joke. I mean, it's Doge, it's like the Doge, it's like a Shiba Inu dog symbol that's like for their coin, so it's kind of like a joke. But it seems like Elon Musk and a couple of other celebrities have taken interest into it, and it's kind of like a penny stock. So the stock's like worth like 5 or 6 cents, and since they've been talking about it, I think it's went up to like 8 or 9 cents. And it doesn't sound like a lot at first, but if you spend like a couple of dollars and you get like a bunch of different shares, you can get like a couple hundred shares with $20-$30. There might be some type of deal that you can get with it, especially if it grows. So if you guys are into that type of stuff, go check out some Bitcoin. Try to put some money down on Bitcoin or put some on Dogecoin. But, I mean, I'd be careful because, I can't be telling you how to spend your money. I'm not a financial person or anything like that. But you see that shit all over the news, and it seems like eventually that Bitcoin stuff's going to crash out. So people can make their money off of it for a while, but it seems like they're probably going to crash out. And Shai said, true, wrestling and all of the sports games are always very interesting when there is a crowd. It's fun to watch with everyone around. I hope this COVID goes away. Yeah, I think we're all hoping that the COVID's going to go away eventually, and it will eventually go away, but it's just we don't have much of a choice right now. We have to make the best of our situation and do the best with our scenarios and try to keep things going to the best of our abilities. I know that most of the places that I've wrestled in, either you have to get a COVID test beforehand just to prove that you haven't had COVID or that you don't have COVID, and then you have to socially distance when you're there, even when you're backstage, and then you still have to wear your mask. So everybody's really prepared. Like every show that I've done, everyone's been minding or crossing their T's and dotting their I's to the best of their abilities and trying to cover everything that they should be covering. But at a certain point, it just gets to where it just gets old, and it's like, man, okay, the numbers are spiking and the numbers are going down, and then the numbers are spiking and the numbers are going down, and then it's been 2 weeks since we've gotten a positive test, and now all of a sudden all the tests that we're taking are positive. So it just gets old, and then of course, and I've seen people predicting this beforehand as well, but they were talking about that UK variant, which we talked about on our show a couple of weeks back. We talked about that, but then there's a South African variant. And apparently, like at first, they were saying that these variants aren't as dangerous. They're spread more easily than the original virus, but they're not as dangerous. They're not going to hurt you as much. They're not going to take as much out of you, I guess. But it spreads faster, so it wants to survive, and it'll spread faster, so it's more likely to die off if it's going to kill you, because if it kills you, then it's going to die as well. So it doesn't want to kill you. It wants to jump into your body and stay in your body, but it wants to keep your body alive, because if you die, then it dies. Apparently, that's the way that it was explained to me. I don't know if that's actually how viruses work, but sounds pretty legit. Sounds legitimate, legit enough to me, I think, anyway. Oh, man. It's been a good day, though. It's a good weekend. I had the show on Saturday, came back, got ready for the old Super Bowl on Sunday. Did a little bit of work on Sunday, but, did more organizing and getting things ready for Monday. And then today, I don't think that I slept very well last night. I think that, I got me a new mattress, which I've been working on. I've been trying to make sure that I got this damn mattress. And now I finally got a mattress, and very, very stiff mattress, because my last couple of mattresses have been too soft, and I'll wake up sore in the morning, and it destroyed me. So last night was my first night on the new mattress, and I think I was just adjusting and getting used to it, getting used to the just dealing with the whole sleeping on a new bed type thing. And I didn't have any pain in the lower body, which normally I have pain on the lower body whenever I sleep on a soft bed. So seems like the bed's working out pretty well. It's a little bit thinner than the old bed, and it's not quite as high, so it doesn't feel like I'm laying on a bed up top very high or anything. But hey, it is what it is. It feels pretty good though. Can't really complain too much about it. I like it. I like it. It's just been a slow day, man. Today has been one of those days where I've been struggling just to get by. I struggled to get up this morning. I struggled to get to work. I worked a little bit, but then I was like, man, I feel like taking a nap. So I went back and took a nap. Nap didn't do very well. When I take naps, I never feel good afterwards. I always end up just wanting to have more sleep, and that doesn't work. That's always the thing that pisses me off, because then I'm just laying there tossing and turning. And I pretty much messed up my day, because now I'm going to be cloudy for the rest of the day, which I was cloudy most of the day, trying to get by, trying to get through it, and then every little thing. So I was walking my aunt's dogs earlier, so I stopped by over my aunt's house, and she lives like up the road from our apartment complex here, where Ralph and I live. And she, she has her 2 dogs, and normally I'll go out and walk them, and I'll try to take care of them and give them some exercise that they're otherwise not getting, because she can't really take them for the exercise that I can take them for. I can take them out for a couple of miles. We're going to go up hills, down hills, and they're going to get a really good workout, and they're going to want to go to sleep when they get back. So I'll do that as a favor. A lot of times in the middle of the day, I'll stop by, take those dogs for a walk, and then by the time she gets home later on in the day, she can tell that they've been good, because they're just wanting to relax. But if she comes home and they didn't get their exercise, they're all up in her face. So, it's a good thing to help out sometimes. But I was taking them for our little daily walk that we take today, and normally I'll update it on my stories, where you guys can see on the stories. But I didn't. Today, Jesus, I do my best. So, yeah, here's another thing that we can talk about. I do my best trying to stay on track with the walking and the running and getting my Fitbit steps. I try to get like 15,000 steps. Like, the recommended amount is 10, but I'll do like 15 just to try to be an overachiever. But usually the 15 is really good whenever I'm doing my runs, and whenever I run in the morning, and usually when it's a lot warmer than this, I'll do like my daily runs, and then you guys will get the updates on my stories on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, I think. But today, and more recently, the past couple of weeks, it's been so snowy, it's been so nasty, it's been so disgusting. I've been trying to get out there and do it. I'll go for walks, but I'm not comfortable enough going for runs, because going for runs and then slipping on black ice is such a combination for an injury, and I'm trying to my damnedest to avoid injuries, because injuries are most likely going to happen in the ring, just because we take so many risks. Just stepping into the ring is such a risk. You're more likely to get injured just stepping into the ring than you are taking a walk. But going for the run, and I see all this ice, and it's very cold, and I just get nervous, because I'm like, man, I can't afford to get hurt right now. I can't afford to deal with any of that stuff. Just mentally, I do not have it in me to want to have to heal from injuring myself from doing something that I shouldn't have been doing anyway, because I knew that it was already a little dangerous. And now that goes in, like, that's a really big challenge for me, though, because I like to do my runs even whenever it's warmer. When I'm doing my runs, I always do my runs. I'll go out and I'll run in the rain. I'll run in the sleet. I've run in the snow a little bit, but I've tended to avoid that more recently, because I don't want to take any chances, man. I'm going out there, and running after it rained is risky. Running after it snows is risky. And then running after it snowed a couple of days previously, but then the ice melts, and then it freezes over, and it melts, and then it freezes over. So I'm in this type of situation right now, to where I don't feel like running is worth the risk. I could run on my I do have my treadmill in here. I just hate running on the treadmill. I have the treadmill. I'll walk on it, and I'll like read books, and I'll do like videos and stuff while I'm walking on the treadmill. But I don't like to actually run on the treadmill. Now, I probably should change that opinion, because it's less dangerous than running outside, especially with all that black ice and all that the snow everywhere. But I just something about it I don't like. It feels more of an adventure when I'm actually just outside in the elements dealing with it. Ah, damn, that water's good. Anyway, so I was taking the dogs out for the walk today, and normally I would take them for the run, but since, like I already explained previously, I don't think that the running is worth the risk, especially if I have two dogs on me. One of them strapped to my waist, and he's a beagle, and he has to sniff as much as he can sniff. But then sometimes he'll catch a scent, and he won't want to let it go, and he'll start howling, and he'll start trying to run after it. So I just keep him hooked to my waist so that I don't have to drag him. I don't have to fight him. He can just, if he wants to howl and go, he can just howl and go, and I just have to pull him from my waist. Now, the problem with that is, once we get out there and, he sees a deer or he smells a fox or sees a bunny, smells a bunny, whatever the case may be, once we get out there, though, it gets complicated because he's always pulling on me and he's howling and he's going crazy. And you guys have seen, if you guys have been paying attention to the stories that I post, whenever I do have the dogs, you'll see them howling sometimes. When they're howling like that, they just see tunnel vision. They don't see anything else other than you, and they're just going. They're just going. Well, not you, but they smell what they smell, and then they're going after whatever it is they smell. They don't even see it. I've had plenty of situations where this damn dog had a scent of a fox that's right in the area. It's literally like up the road, and I just see the fox just running around in circles. And this dog is just running around in circles himself trying to catch the scent. If only this damn dog would look up. If he would look up, he would see the fox running around in front of him. If you use your eyeballs. But he's so connected to that nose central, like he's so centrally located in that olfactory nose composite. Like he just wants to smell. That's all he does. He doesn't look. If he looked, he'd probably have a lot better luck because he would look up and he would see it and then he would chase him then. And then when you lose him, you can use the smell to navigate and find him. But this damn dog, all he wants to do is smell. All he wants to do is smell. So his face is down, 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 and he's always pulling on me. So just going for regular walks is dangerous. It's a risk. It's a risk. Yes, howling. Yes, exactly, Lori. Exactly. Lori said that, howling. Because he would just howl. He'll just go, woo, for 20, 30 minutes straight without stopping, no hesitation. He doesn't give a shit. He'll just keep going. And then, as soon as he's done with that, he'll just look back at you and be like, But God forbid he gets loose. If he gets loose, he's running a couple of miles. Sometimes he'll do a circle. I've seen that dog like on the heels of a fox, like this close to catching the fox, but he never caught him. He never caught him. And at that point, he stopped sniffing because he was so close to the fox. He was like that close. He almost got the fox. Damn. I was rooting for him. I was like, damn, man, get the fox. Get the fox. And he never got him. He never actually got him. You have the two cutest dogs. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, they are cute dogs. They're good dogs. They're not my dogs, though. They're my aunt's dogs. But I do take care of them. But they're good dogs. They're great. They're great dogs. That's the thing. So Seether, who's the beagle, he has a great personality. He loves people. He just wants to be. He wants to give you attention. He wants to get your attention, and he just wants to hang out. He's so happy to just be here. He's so happy to just be here. The other one is a lot younger. His name is Serge, and he's like nine months old now. Seether, who's the beagle, is about almost 4 years old, and the pit bull mix. I guess he's a pit bull mix. He's a mutt, and we got him from the streets. I mean, we got both of them from the streets. The beagle came from the streets as well, but he's obviously a beagle, and he's beagle and foxhound apparently. Apparently, he's too tall to be a real beagle. He's a little mixed breed. And the brown one's like a pit bull mix as well. I think he's got boxer in him too. But, they have their own personalities. And Seether will just go crazy, man. He'll just run off and he'll just be gone for hours at a time. And you have no idea where he is. You have not a clue what's going on with him. And, he's just trying. He's doing his best. But it's so frustrating. I can't explain to you how many times I've thought to myself that beagles should not be pets. They shouldn't be pets because this dog just all he wants to do is hunt. That's all he wants to do. That's all he was born to do. He just wants to hunt. I mean, he wants to be rubbed in his belly, and then he wants to hunt. That's what he likes. Those are his simple pleasures, and it must be nice to be a dog. All you want to do is just chase animals and get your belly rubbed. That's got to be the shit. And Laura said his name is Awkward. Yes, the pit bull's name, he is awkward. He's very awkward too. He's still a dumbass puppy. He was a lot smaller then though. All those videos, I'm gonna have to make some more highlights of the old videos that I used to that I have from back in the day, because those videos are great. Those show his personality and how he's just a little bit out there, and he's just like not the brightest dog in the world, but you gotta love him because he's sweet. You know, that's so nice of your aunt. It's good to help homeless dogs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, she needed to fill some space in her home, and those dogs needed a home. So it was a win-win. You know, she didn't, you know, she doesn't, hey, Ken, how are you doing, buddy? How's it going, man? How are you out there in Instagram world? What's going on, brother? We are sitting here talking about dogs right now. We were talking about Tom Brady earlier. We talked a little bit about Elon Musk doing his tweets. And now we're talking about dogs. We're talking about walking dogs and running dogs and dealing with pit bulls and beagles. And we could talk about huskies as well, because I miss my husky, but it is part of it. Oh my, yes, he is so much bigger and he is lovable. Yes, he's very lovable. He's huge, though. He's huge. And Ken said that Tom sucks. That's very, very, what's the word? Contrarian of you, because he just won the Super Bowl. So how much does he really suck? Anyway, yeah, so he's a lot, but yeah, so Serge Awkward is a lot bigger. He's very, you know, Aunt Rhonda is a saint, especially to deal with you. That's the number one thing. Thank you, Laura. You nailed it, because that's the number one thing. In order to deal with me, you have to be a saint. Any woman who's ever dealt with me for a long period of time, they have to have the patience of a saint. They have to have the acceptance of Gandhi. They have to have the open-mindedness of Gene Simmons, because I don't know, Gene Simmons just came to my mind, so I wanted to say Gene Simmons. I don't care if it fits or not. That's irrelevant to me. It sounded cool, so I used it. Don't judge me. But I do like taking the pups. I do like taking the pups out. It's always fun getting the exercise. Barry said, you better talk about Mancat. He's going to get jealous. Well, here's the problem about Mancat. Mancat's not going to get jealous over shit, because Mancat is the man. He is Mancat. Men don't give a shit about other men, so Mancat is not jealous of other men, so therefore Mancat doesn't give a shit about what we're talking about. And actually, I actually have a video yesterday or 2 days ago. I was trying to take the dogs for a walk, and Mancat was behind us for like a couple of minutes. I was thinking, man, we might have to slow down. Mancat might be going for a walk with us, like back in the day. The only time Mancat would actually go would actually go take a walk with me was whenever we had my aunt's old dog, Mickey. He was an old German Shepherd. He was about 14 years old. He had hip problems, and he was at the end of his life. And I would walk him around this little square patch in the neighborhood, which was just set off to the side by the Parks and Recs, the Baltimore Park and Recreation place, so that they had plots of land so that you can rent it out and grow like vegetables and stuff there. So it's like a county thing that you can rent plots of land to grow vegetables and grow whatever you want to. But I would take the dogs to walk around that. But I would take Mickey there. So this was before these two dogs that I had. But me and the old German Shepherd, we would walk it every day. So when I would take old Mickey for those walks, Mancat would go for walks with us. And now I know I showed video, like I have pictures of it. I wish that I had this. I didn't know we were going to have this conversation today, so I would have had the picture ready. But the picture is on one of our old episodes. I don't remember what the episode was, where we did talk about how Boycat did walk with Mickey. And I have the picture, but I don't have the picture ready today. So you guys are just going to have to take my word for it. And what you need to have. What do you mean? And what you mean need to have, Shy? What are you talking about? That's so nice. You're at and have homeless dogs, and what you need to have. I just need to have the dogs ready to go whenever I get there, because I don't feel like waiting for them. I don't have patience to be sitting around all day waiting for your little asses to get ready. Y'all need to get ready now. Let's get out there and let's get it. Oh, no, Laura, you're supposed to quit work whenever you come here. You need to stay off work, watch the stream, and then when the stream's over, just tell them, Laura. Just be like, hey, I had to watch this stream, my favorite wrestler. The stream's over now. Now I can come back to work. On your time, not their time. But yes, I hope you have a good night. I hope everybody has a good night. I mean, we're not quite to the end. We're almost to the end, but we're almost there. But I just wanted to finish the story real quick where I was talking about Seether and Surge, and today where I was trying to take them around for the walk, and it was just so cold, man. It was 29 degrees, and I'm sitting here doing my damnedest to just stay strong. And I'm like, okay, you're going to stay strong today, man. You're going to stay strong today. And the wind was just hitting me and hit me and hit me. Dude, I just got weak, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm done with it. I don't feel like dealing with it. This is too much. This is just too much. I got one dog pulling me over here. I got one dog doing circles around me. I have this wind that's just bearing down on me, making me want to feel like shit for existing. All I do is exist, and this wind just wants to push me down and make me feel like I'm dying, and makes me feel like all my fingers are going to fall off my bones. It's just a mess. It's just a mess, guys. You guys got to be careful out there. I'm watching Monday Night Raw wrestling and my favorite wrestler. Thank you, Heather. Oh, I forgot. Monday Night Raw's on. Monday Night Raw's on, guys. Don't go watch that until we finish up our show first. Don't help us out, guys. Help us out. So you mentioned that the person should have patience like a saint and like Gandhi to deal with me. Yes, they should have patience like a saint to deal with me. So I'm asking you, what do you need to have? I don't know what I would need to have. I would just, everybody's different. So it would depend on the person, really, comparing to what I'm just talking about what a person would need to deal with me. What they would need, what the other person would need to deal with me, or for, what I would need to deal with them, or what, I don't know. It depends on the person who I'm dealing with. I'm watching Double on YouTube and live. What is Double, Krolix? What is Double? I'm watching Double. I'm watching and listening to my favorite wrestler. Hell yeah, guys. I appreciate that. I love the support, man. I love that we're out here supporting each other, and we got this stuff going on. The Just Jordane show is 34 episodes deep now. We're 2 months into this, guys. We've been going since the end of 2020. And I know we started beforehand. We got Spitting Venom Radios coming back again on Thursday. Bob Hollywood and I are going to be in here. We're going to be talking about, there's probably going to be a lot of stuff in the news that we're going to be talking about. So, Spitting Venom Radio, we generally talk about the news. And today I talked a little bit more about the news because I didn't want to get too much into the stuff that I want to talk about today because I need that for tomorrow. It's going to mesh in a lot better with the show that I have planned for tomorrow. So today's show it's working out very well because I just wanted to give an update over the weekend. So, I had the Immortal Lucha Libre show. Make sure you guys check that out, February 18th on Facebook at least, but it's an iPay-per-view, and you'll be able to see one of my more recent matches that I've had and all that type of stuff. So we're gonna start simmering down now here, guys. We're gonna slow it down. This was our Monday episode. I just had a tough day. I had a long day. I didn't have any patience. Like I said, when I was out there walking the dogs, there was all the wind was blowing on me, and the poor dogs are just acting like dogs. They're not doing anything but acting normal the way they are. And I'm just tired, and I'm just like, man, I just want to end today. But I still had a little bit to do, and we still had this show to do. So here we are getting this show in, and we're making sure that that we're good to go. So anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off here now so that we can end this. I'll be back for tomorrow. And tomorrow, do I want to give you a little bit of a preview for tomorrow? Yeah, well, one of the things that I want to talk about tomorrow is I've seen, and this happens every time that something bad happens in the wrestling business, I'll see, and when I say something bad, that means somebody who participates in wrestling did something bad, but they weren't participating in wrestling when they were doing that. They are just part of the wrestling community. And I've seen a lot of people saying a lot of really bad things about the wrestling business in general. And I get very frustrated when I see people doing that, because I'm a staunch defender of the professional wrestling business, because wrestling is wrestling what you see in the ring. That's the wrestling business. That's wrestling. People participating in wrestling, you can't control that as much as you can't control people participating in football, people participating in the job market, in regular jobs. You don't know. Like, people hire murderers all the time. People hire people who do bad things all the time. It's just one of those things that I get very frustrated seeing, because I see people saying, oh man, wrestling's so full of all these evil, horrendous, dumb people. Yeah, we got a lot of dumb people. But also, we've got a lot of really, really good people too. Do people talk about fucking Luthez, who wrestled until he was 80 years old, and he had a good life, and he wasn't a fucking drug addict, and he did all the right things in general, and he had a 50-year career just wrestling around the world all his life? Do people talk about that? Or is it fun to talk about the fucking people who do dumb shit, who are participating in now, and they're only participating part of the time anyway, so they're not even legitimately really a part of the wrestling business. Even if they were, that still doesn't say that that's what wrestling is, because that's not a prerequisite for wrestling. The prerequisite for wrestling is to be familiar with it and you love it and you support it. But I hate seeing people say, like, oh, the wrestling business is so horrible. It's always churning out all these bad people, all these horrible people who do these dumb things. There's always people who do horrible things and dumb shit. They just don't talk about it. Like, you think the NFL has nothing but fucking great people who do awesome things all the time? I'm sure, certainly, you've watched some type of a sport and some people who did something impressive, you were like, oh yeah, man, that was pretty cool that person did. They probably were a shit person. So there's always these little things. There's always these caveats. There's always a person who does something bad that's associated with said business. So I'll have a little bit more to say about that tomorrow. But I'm a staunch defender of wrestling. I love wrestling, and I don't think that it's a fair thing to say when it comes to the wrestling business breeding this shit from people, because I'm part of the wrestling business. I've been part of the wrestling business for a long time, and I'm not like that. And I know a lot of people who aren't like that. I've been shocked and I've been disappointed in people because I found out bad things about them, and then I looked at them differently as people, but I didn't look at the businesses differently, because that's not the business. That's not the business. The business is just the wrestling business. All this other extracurricular shit that people do outside of it, that's people. That's just people. That's just people. Anyway, happy birthday to Justin Schlegel, Bernie says. From the Justin Scott Spiegel show here in Baltimore. So that's more of a local thing. But hey, definitely happy birthday, brother. That's good shit. Happy heavenly birthday to Sherry Martel, who Sherry Martel is one of our favorites. And then Shane Shamrock Hauser, which was, I think Brian Shamrock Hauser was from the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup up at MCW. If you guys are familiar with independent professional wrestling, get on that. And yes, happy birthday to him. And rest in peace from the late last week, Hacksaw Butch Reed. Absolutely. And yeah, and Butch Reed, Doom. We very sad to lose Butch Reed, but you know, we in the wrestling business, we're used to that type of stuff. We have a lot of old guys who are in the business who've been around for a long time. So rest in peace, Butch Reed. Love wrestling. Love you guys. Make sure that you guys check me out on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these things at Endgame Jordane. Buy my shit at Jordane.shop. Other than that, try to do your best. Be a good person. You know, be who you want to be. Be that, you know, it's that Carl Jung saying, you're not what you say. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. So let's all be what we are. Let's all go out, and what you want to do, go and do it. Go and do it so you can be what you want to be, instead of just saying it. Anyway, guys, hope you all have a great night. I love you. We love each other. We have a great community here. and we're going to keep this rolling. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to have a good, positive conversation about wrestling, and tomorrow's probably just going to be all wrestling because I got a lot to say about that type of stuff. Mainly all good stuff. There's a little bit of bad stuff, but you guys, especially by this point, you guys know how my mind works, and you know that I look at things a little bit differently than generally trying to come down real hard on things. And but I'll see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'm probably going to do it a little bit earlier. We're probably shooting for 2 p.m. tomorrow. So I'll see you guys nice and early tomorrow. Hope you guys had a great night, and this was fun. It's always fun. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.